Oh, I am super excited to have you on the show. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, right? You recently finished the Ironman European Championships in Hamburg, Germany, right? And I definitely want to talk about that because you won your age group,
I
right?
did.
Right? And so we
I thought it
definitely
was.
want to yeah, we definitely want to talk about that. And I know that we have some new listeners, and maybe this may be your first time hearing the show. So at the beginning of every podcast, when I have a guest on, I always like my guest to provide a little bit of a level set explanation of where they are in life, because we're all in different paths, we're all in different phases of our life and things like that. But just so that the listener can get a kind of an understanding of where you are, can you tell us a little bit about, you don't have to give us your age. I mean, we can find out within 4 years by looking you up on the Ironman tracker. That's the thing, right? But really interested in understanding what your time commitments are. So standard questions are you married? Do you have kids? Do you work full time or go to school? And then, do you consider yourself an athletic person?
All right. Well, I will just go ahead and tell you that I'll be 68 next month. And
Oh,
I am an ER physician. I work at the Children's Hospital in town. I have been there since 1988.
wow.
And I am still considered full time, but I'm really cutting back a little bit. So I would say probably more like three quarters time.
Okay.
My husband and I have four grown children.
Okay.
Two of them live in town, and I have five grandchildren that I like to spend a lot of time with.
Nice.
And what else did I need to tell you?
Well, I think before we move further than that, we're going to clarify that you live in Fort Worth, Texas. So when you refer to in town, because I do have an international audience, Cary, I didn't know if you knew that, right? There may be somebody in Hamburg, Germany that watched you race in person that might hear this podcast. It's entirely possible. So in Fort Worth, Texas. So the last component really was, did you consider yourself like, obviously you're an Ironman and that takes athleticism, but aside from your Ironman accolades, do you consider yourself of having been an athletic person?
I went to college on a gymnastics scholarship,
Oh,
and
okay.
then I graduated from college and went to medical school and got married and had four children. I didn't do anything for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the last one started driving, when she was 16, I looked around and said, wow, I have free time for the first time in a very long time. And I started running and lifting weights and was working with a personal trainer who said, you need to do triathlon. And I said, no, I spend enough money on running shoes. I don't need to spend money on bikes. But here I am. Uh, I somehow caught the bug and signed up for an Ironman without having done even a sprint triathlon.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah,
You
so
just
here
you
I
just
am.
you just jumped into the deep water.
Yeah, I did.
Now,
Well,
now, now, how long ago was that? How long ago was your introduction? When was your first Ironman?
uh, 8 years ago.
Okay, so it's been a while. So you've been in this sport for a little bit of time now.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to pause there for just 1 second because I want to go back to one thing. Okay, you are an ER doctor
Yes.
currently at Cook's Children's Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you always want to be a doctor? Like, you were a gymnast. You had said that you were a gymnast. You went to college. Like, did you go to college to become a doctor? Like, what was your plan? Do you remember?
So I graduated from college. I mean, I graduated from high school in 1972. There weren't a lot of athletic opportunities for girls back in the early 70s.
Hmm.
Title IX was passed the summer that I graduated from high school. And so when I went to college, I started out as an art major. And then the gymnastics team there was a club team. So it was really just a collection of people that got together because they wanted to.
Okay.
And after Title IX passed and the colleges had to start putting money into women's athletics. They developed a real team with real money and uniforms and a coach. And so I got on the gymnastics team
Hmm.
and changed my major to physical education. And I became a coach and a high school gymnastics teacher.
Oh, cool. So you graduated, you became a high school coach and a gymnastics
Yeah.
teacher. How long did you do that before you were like, ah, I want to be a doctor?
About 5 minutes. Yeah.
Not very long.